Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, Wike may likely go to prison. That seems a little bit laughable for most people because already we know that he has a lot of power in this current administration. He's the FCT minister. But be that as it may, judiciary is about making that possible. Let's see how it will happen. I'm going to give you full details of that. And also in a related development, Nigerians are so perturbed about the fact that Wike, despite a PDP member, is still drinking and whining with APC. And currently he is in APC government. And it seems as if PDP can't do anything. For most people, that is an anti-party activity. But in the case of Wike, he's treated exceptionally. The user of one of the social media had to speak out that PDP is one hell of a party. But then Dele Momodu had to give him a response to that. We're going to look at that also in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do well, hit on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish.
The National Industrial Court in Abuja has begun contempt proceeding against the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, who is a former governor of Rivers State, and that is happening also to others. And the reason why such preparation is going on is over alleged disregard of series of court order. The court affirmed Alhaji Farouk Abubakar as Abuja Market Management Limited Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer AMML. This was sequel to the decision of the minister to include the Managing Director of the AMML in the list of heads of agencies dissolved on September 27. Can be recalled that on September 27, Wike had relieved the head of 21 parastatal agencies and government companies of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) of the appointment with immediate effect, including AMML. The contempt charge filed by Abubakar also joined the FCTA, AMML, and Abuja Investment Company Limited (AICL) as second to fourth defendants, respectively, including the former acting MD of AMML, Yakubu Abbas. In Form 48 marked NIC/ABJ/62/2023, dated and filed on November 3rd, the application was titled Notice of Consequences of Disobedience to Order of Court. The application read, it said, take notice that unless you, the defendant, obey the orders and direction contained in the judgment of the court on July 20th and the order of this honorable court made on July 26, you will be guilty of contempt of court and will be liable to be committed to prison. This is interesting. Following the dissolution, Abubakar's counsel Farouk had written to Wike on September 28 to inform him about the peculiar situation surrounding the agency's headship and the legal tussle that preceded his appointment as minister. Farouk in the letter told Wike a series of court judgments that affirm Abubakar's status as substantive MD of AMML. The contempt proceeding was against the allegation that the minister and others were acting in disobedience to the order of the Industrial Court made on July 20th, restraining them from giving effect to the purported letter of termination of the employment of Abubakar as the AMML's MD. Justice R.E. Hashtrop had restrained the defendants from giving effect to the termination of the employment of Abubakar Usman Farouk as the MD of AMML, which was contained in a letter dated July 17 until the hearing and determination of the counterpart motion on notice. The judge also ordered the defendants not to in any way interfere in the management, business, and corporate affairs of the AMML, and that the status quo ante be maintained until the counterpart motion on notice was heard and determined. This is really serious. Also, in a related development, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Dele Momodu, had opened up on the reason the party has not taken any action against the Minister of the Federal Capital Authority, FCT, Nyesom Wike. Momodu said that Wike wants to be a king of two political parties because of the resources within his grasp. The veteran journalist stated this on Wednesday while reacting to an online user who faulted PDP's silence over Wike. The user had said the PDP ought to have taken a bold step against Wike, and this is exactly what the user wrote. He said PDP is the most useless party in the world. Rather than take a bold step on Wike, they sent PDP governors to beg him. I am beginning to think that there is a big secret that Wike has against PDP leaders that made him untouchable. He now copied Boala Daniel, Dele Momodu, you don't belong in that party. However, Momodu explained that the PDP has to apply wisdom and skill in Wike's situation. He explained that Wike's extraordinary resources makes it difficult for most politicians to turn their back on him. According to what Momodu wrote, he said, when a fly pages piercingly on your testicle, you require all the skills and wisdom to get rid of it. The extraordinary resources available to Nyesom Wike, courtesy of PDP, ironically, are so humongous and irresistible to most Nigerian politicians. The reason he wants to be king in two political parties simultaneously. Wike, a member of the PDP, has worked against the party during the 2023 presidential election. All of this is about Wike. I mean, Wike has been such an unexplainable guy, but then I must say that he has so much political wisdom. Now, why am I saying that, especially as it has to do with Dele Momodu's case or reply? I think what Wike has done is to ensure during the period of that tussle, as he was fighting against Atiku Abubakar, he was also looking for the choicest candidate that may likely win the 2023 presidential election, and he knew that it was going to be, Bola Tinubu. He had to take sides with him and finally earn him something based on agreement. Don't forget that Wike is a man of agreement. Like he will always say agreement is agreement. So what he did was to enter into an agreement with Bola Tinubu, and at the end of the day, both parties honor their own side of agreement, and that's why he's working in APC. But the most shocking aspect of this thing is that despite the fact that he is now mingling with the APCs, he had refused to take a walk from PDP, and that is one thing that most Nigerians are questioning, because in some cases most people would have referred to it as anti-party activity, but PDP in his own case looked at it as a more exceptional case, and they said that he is only trying to work for the country Nigeria so that they don't have any problem with him working with the current administration. They didn't look at it from the perspective of the party, and that's one funny thing that seems so unexplainable. But guess what? Momodu said he has money in his hands so much, that's why no one can really take on him. Politicians seems to not to be able to resist him when he suggests something. But I think that what is happening right now in Abuja may land him in a serious situation that he least expected, because I feel that the judiciary believes that if you kind of disrespect and refuse to honor their own court order, it's a clear indication that you are trampling on the judiciary, and as one of the subset of a government, it's very wrong. It's outrightly a way of talking down on judiciary.
And shocking aspect of it is that Wike himself is a lawyer. How can they give you court order over a particular situation? You went in there, the person has already briefed you that there had been a court case in respect to my position in AMML, but you still laid him off. Some time ago, if you check our video, you're going to see what was going on there. The guy that they laid off, I think Abubakar himself, was still going to work. Despite the fact that they have laid him off. I think he did that on the premise that there is still a case in court which is yet to be settled. But still, possibly, why the lawyer of Abubakar had to come up with this position is possibly because maybe Abubakar is no more receiving salaries, not being paid his salaries again. And as a result of that, they had to call Wike to order. And let me just see, because according to them, they said if Wike continue, he may be thrown into prison. Wike may be thrown into prison. Let's see how that will happen. That's what we would like to leave it.